Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're looking at 2016. It says that a deli owner admits he murdered a schoolgirl, Paige Doherty. So she was 15 years old. He killed the 15-year-old at his sandwich shop in Clydebank, West Dunbartonshire in March before he moved her body in bin bags to the boot of his car. At the High Court in Glasgow on Monday, the 32-year-old pleaded guilty to murdering her at Delicious Deli in Fleming Avenue, Whitecrook. The court was played CCTV from the premises, which showed Latham removing Paige's body in bin bags to his car before he later dumped her in a wooded area nearby. In a frenzied attack, Latham inflicted over 150 wounds on the teenager, including 61 major stab wounds, as well as multiple defense injuries. The courts heard Paige's family said the post-mortem examination confirmed their worst fears over the terror she must have felt. In the victim impact statement presented to the court, Paige's mother, Pamela Monroe, said she has nightmares and wakes up hearing her daughter's screams with the awful realization that she was not there to help her. At the hearing, the defense team said the killer's version of events was that Paige has come to a shop to ask for a job before they went into the back office where she was to give him her details. I think they already knew each other, though. He claimed she threatened to tell people he had touched her if she did not get a job at the shop. Latham's defense said he then overreacted to this by grabbing a knife and repeatedly stabbing her. A friend she stayed with the night before said Paige had left that morning to get a roll and some change before catching the bus to her work, so it sounds like she already had a job. She was last seen entering Delicious Deli at 8:21, and Latham is believed had struck by the time the neighboring shop owners noticed the shutters pulled down. By 8:31, within 10 minutes, he had stabbed her to death. He was later captured on CCTV leaving the shop, I guess he didn't think about that, to buy antibacterial wipes, bin bags, and bleach and collect his car from his nearby home in a bin to cover up the crime. He's understood to have stored Paige's body in a shed at his home before dumping her body on Monday morning prior to opening his shop. Wow, they said the CCTV footage led police to believe she had entered the deli but not walked away. The judge described the murder as a savage, frenzy attack on a child. Paige's disappearance prompted a huge police search after she failed to turn up to a part-time job at a hairdressing salon. That's a really good part-time job. And that can work into something really. Why would she want to work at a deli? That doesn't make any sense. Her body was discovered 3 days later. Wow, in the undergrowth next to the Gold Soccer Complex. The death of Paige led to outpouring of grief in their local town of Clydebank. Family and friends, they left tributes to her at the site where her body was found, while 600 mourners attend her funeral. Her mother described her as her best friend. Last month, Miss Monroe launched a charity in her daughter's memory, which provides self-defense classes for children. That is so sad because the children need self-defense classes now. And they probably needed them before. After Latham entered the guilty plea, Detective Superintendent Duncan Sloan said, "Our thoughts remain with Paige's family, whose vibrant, bright young daughter has been cruelly taken away from them at just 15 years old. Her whole future lay ahead of her, and a life has been brutally cut short." Yes, that's horrific. And the CCTV footage was vital throughout this inquiry because he probably never even considered the CCTV footage. And they have gone through hours and hours of that to find that. And then the forensic examination of the crime scene helped to establish what happened to Paige and who was responsible. I'm sure the sheer weight of this evidence has led to the guilty plea. It says these types of incidents are very rare in Scotland, and Paige's untimely death shocked the community to its core. And then we go to Wikipedia, and Wikipedia just says the same thing. She's 15 years old, he's 32. She failed to show up for work. They've got the self-defense classes. they went through the CCTV footage, and so we always find more. And here's some photos so you can see that she was a beautiful young lady. And then we go to the Reddit, which always has interesting stuff. And this says, rumor has it they were having an affair and she was going to tell his missus. Don't know the girl, but I know the guy. He used to work in the 10 o'clock shop next to Drum Chapel train station before opening that deli. If I remember correctly, he has a daughter named Paige, which makes it even more weird. And this one says, I'm from Drum Chapel, and rumor has it he was fired from the 10 o'clock shop for touching, flirting with, harassing two young girls of 14. And the girl's mom was raging with him and threatened to thump him. And that one says, yes, that's what I was told too. I think she's threatened to tell, and he's killed her. Obviously not an affair, though, since he's a grown man and she is a child. Maybe she threatened to say he touched her because he doesn't want to admit he's a beast as well as a murderer. Or maybe that did happen, or something totally different. We may never know. My mate used to go out with him when we were 15 and he was 22, 23. So he seems to like that age of girls. The whole thing is weird for the couple. The whole thing is weird for people around here, as we all know this guy. My partner's known him since he was a kid. Everyone who knows him is totally stunned by this, as he comes across as a meek individual. I know everyone says that about people they know who have killed, but it really is. It doesn't fit his personality. He used to work in a shop called the 10 o'clock shop in Drum Chapel, where he's originally from, and he lost his job, though, through some flirtation and harassment with a younger girl around 14. The girl's mom was furious and took it to management, and he was fired. He was overly friendly, but to kill a young defenseless girl is so awful and shocked everyone who knows him to the core. He has a daughter the same age with the same name, and his brother George was charged with rape also and is hiding. It's so surreal and terrible, and I feel awful for her mom. So, isn't that horrific? And there she is, so beautiful. And I ran across this, and you know, that's crazy. So, yes, and if he's married and she threatened to tell his wife, yes, that's probably why he killed her. Maybe he loves his wife and his daughter. Oh, that's horrific. And so sad. She was a 15-year-old child. Can you imagine? Anyway, please don't forget to stop and pray for the families of these people and their friends and their loved ones, and for everyone that this has hurt and touched in their lives, and they're going through so much. So thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. Have a great day. Bye-bye.